Hey guys, it's RezCast here again. Thank you for all the feedback that I received on my first video on the Fallout 4 wish list, and it's much appreciated. I'm really liking the feedback. I like responding to you guys' comments, and you guys have brought up a lot of valid points that I myself didn't even think about. And if I do another wish list for that game, maybe like a part two or something, I'll make sure to address those also. And just keep the comments coming. I'm really liking them. So thank you for everything. For this RezCast, I want to do one of my actually this would be my favorite strategy game of all time. I've never found another strategy game that quite matches this one's like overall feel. I think Firaxis and Sid Meier have done an excellent job with this franchise, and I hope for many, many more games. But this one's about my concern for Civilization 6, which has not been announced at all. No one's for sure if it's in the works. I would myself assume it would be in the works. I don't know why it wouldn't be. They just got done with the Brave New World DLC, which will be coming out on July 9th, which I plan on picking up. So these are my wishes for Civilization 6. Okay, so to start off, I would like more units in the game. Civilization 5 had a lot of units. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Like, there was plenty of units. There was multiple units for each type of unit in general. I mean, you had ground infantry, and then you had paratroopers. So there was at least two for everything, and I like that. That was really nice. But I want more. I'm not satisfied with two. They did a good job, but it's time to step it up. And if they want to stay in the business, they gotta keep up in the game. So I want more units, and I want units that are kind of like terrain specific, or maybe like units that adapt to terrain, where like their colors change or something. Because if anybody's ever played Civilization Revolution, which was like a console and handheld version of Civilization, which was an excellent one. I will say that Civilization Revolution was an excellent game. But like when you upgraded your unit, its helmet changed and its color changed, and you could see like little things being added to it. And just something like that, where like if your soldier was to go into the Arctic in the world and Civilization, maybe its camouflage would change to like the white and black, kind of thing. And when it comes out, maybe it changes again. So just like minor details like that would be really nice. But just more units, different kinds of artillery. Because in Civilization 5, I think there's only like one kind of there was different kinds of artillery, but there's only one for like ground, and then there was like artillery for air, and that's not what I'm talking about. I mean really, like there's different different kinds of artillery for the ground, like damage wise, and of course like the cost would go up for each upgrade. But just something like that, like that would be a little more strategic, trying to get the bigger guns out there. You have to like allocate, where your big guns need to be, which units you need to attack are like priority wise, which artillery piece should go to which unit, and it just adds like a whole element of more in-depth strategy than I think Civilization 5 had. But Civilization 5 had a lot of strategy. I'm not ripping on Civilization 5 at all. Civilization 5 was a great game, but the past is over, and our problems were addressed from Civilization 4 to Civilization 5, and it's time to address our concerns with Civilization 6 from Civilization 5. I'm asking for also better combat simulations, and when I say that, I mean oh, hold on, I have a call. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My dad called me. But like I want better combat simulations. You know, uh, like like the combat simulations, they felt like they weren't well done. You know, it was just kind of like just a small little combat scene and that was it. I would like more of a like a kind of maybe like a cinematic kind of thing, you know, or like a CGI, because I don't know. I just the ones in Civilization 5, I really had some gripes with that. You know, I just didn't like them. But I think they'll change a little bit in Civilization 6, because they didn't have they didn't even have simulation or combat simulations in multiplayer for Civilization 5, and I don't really care, you know. I mean, I like strategy. I don't care about, you know, graphics. I don't care about, you know, shit like that, you know. I mean, if the game is functional, I like that. You know, the game could be fucking nothing but squares, and as long as it tells me what squares are and gives me a lot of shit to do with the squares, I'll be happy. So, you know, better combat simulations, please. And if not, fine. I don't fucking care. Just, you know, fucking give me more units then, or do something like that. Another thing I would like is more buildings. Now, there's a lot of buildings in the game. A lot. You know, you have like libraries and I'm trying to think. You know, libraries, power plants, you know, shit like that. And each of them had their own specific addition to your country's like output for you know, gold or science production or culture production, you know, something like that. But I would like more, you know, where buildings play a little more than that. You know, it's so hard to explain like what I want. Like I would know it if I saw it, but I don't. So I don't know. I just more buildings, I guess, would be just a nice feature. You know, even if they did things different, like they did the same thing as something else in the game, as long as it was a different building and it looked different, that'd be really nice. And for that, like I would also like more like the cities themselves to show the buildings, because in Civilization 5, if you had like a wonder, you know, that would show up, but the buildings themselves, like, they didn't show up. You know, like if I built a library, there'd be no buildings in the city that look like that, and that kind of pissed me off. And talking about that, the cities need reworking a lot, because like if you built like a wonder, I'm sure many of you who've played Civilization 5 would see this, but like the building would be built out in the middle of the fucking ocean or something, and you know, that's pretty fucking stupid. And you know, you like I would build the Great Library of Alexandria or something, and then there it is off the coast in the middle of the ocean, and it's like, oh, that thanks, you know. And you know, I just hate that. And the building doesn't need to be that fucking big. I mean, compared to the city, the building was half the city, and I highly doubt the Library of Alexandria was that fucking big. So, you know, it doesn't need to be out in the middle of the ocean. So, you know, I would like that, you know, to be worked out. I would also like the whole the government structure to change. Now, this depends on. I mean, this is opinion based more than like actual like gameplay based. You know, but in Civilization Revolution, you know, you got to choose like your government. You know, you had like democracy, a dictatorship, communism, you know, stuff like that. But in on Civilization 5, they like switched it up and they added like ideologies now. And with the Brave New World, they changed it to like policies, but it's still the same. Where like there's freedom, order, and autocracy, and you know, those are like the three things. And then you can only have one at a time, and then you invest like stuff into that. But I don't like that. You know, I'd like a government where it's more like with freedom. You know, what's the definition of freedom? You know, you can have freedom in a dictatorship, I guess. So, you know, and you can't combine them in the game. I mean, you can't have part autocracy and part freedom. which I don't understand. I wish you could do that, but because some things from each one are really useful, but it sucks that you can only choose one. And I mean, it's in countries in real life. I mean, they have kind of mixtures of the things. So like I just would like, where it said, just flat out, like freedom, or not freedom, but like democracy, a dictatorship, just where it flat out fucking told you what the government was, and you got to choose, and that they played like a more important role in the game, where it did kind of, where like countries that were that had like the same kind of government structure were attracted to you, I guess, and they tended to be more friends with you in the game. I would like that, and where it kind of set up like an East versus West kind of situation, and I don't know, that would just be pretty cool. This next one might sound kind of strange, but I would like biological and chemical warfare to be added to the game. This is something I've always wanted to see in the game. Like you have nuclear war, which in Civilization is extremely devastating, and if you ever were able to acquire a nuclear weapon, you know how fucking powerful those things are. And like I would just like, where you can develop biological and chemical weapons, where like your citizens would slowly die off, if a country, dropped like a dirty bomb or something. That would be just interesting, and then you could have like game modes set up, where like it changes them into zombies or something, because I know there's some game modes made, or some mods made, where like the citizens were zombies or something, but it wasn't like they were really zombies, but it's a good idea, it's a nice attempt at it also. So just biological and chemical warfare would be a nice little addition. And I would also like more fortifying options. Like when you dig in your units to fortify, they just build like some stick. I forget what they're called. But they're like where you sharpen a log and you put it in the ground all around you. There's a special name for that. I don't remember what it is. But I would like it where like you could dig trenches, and then you could have like a trench running all the way, like the way you would build a road, and you have like trenches like all the way around your country, or along like a border, and you could start like a World War I kind of situation where you're going from trench to trench. And like I wish when you fortified that the fortification stayed there, and by that I mean like if you're when your unit leaves in like Civilization 5, the fortification just disappears then, unless you build like a physical fort there, but then it just disappears. And I don't like that. I wish it would stay, so then if you were to leave and then the enemy was like kind of sneaking around, it kind of creates like a strategic situation where then they come in and you're like, oh shit, we should have destroyed that instead of just leaving it there. So I don't know, it just adds that little bit more strategy to the game, and every little bit counts. This next one, I understand, being a programmer myself, how difficult this is, but better AI would be something I really would like to see. Now, from anybody who knows programming, you would understand how difficult it is to do just simple things that, like even to put a screen up, it takes quite a few lines of code just to do that, let alone all the objects that are on the screen, all the calculations that go into it, and then for Civilization 5, repeating that 50 times, depending on how many people are in the game, and you have to do that all within a reasonable amount of time. And all the calculations that go into just your turn, everything is extremely difficult, and it's not as easy as what you would think it would be to add. But I've thought about it a little bit, because I do some little games myself, and programming AI is extremely difficult, and I understand that when they kind of suck. I mean, in Civilization 5, the AI was retarded. They were just stupid. Like it didn't matter what it was, but every AI would hate you no matter what. It didn't fucking matter. You had 50 turns, to be friends with them, and then the second there was like a point at which the AI, is just like fuck you, and then everybody just hates you. Like no matter what you do, if you offer them something, even if it's like, it was just so stupid. Like you would ask the AI, in like a diplomatic screen, like here I'll give you 1,000 gold for a piece of cotton, and they said no, and it did like you can make it 10,000 pieces of gold, and they would say no, and then you go, what would make this deal work, and they say nothing. So, and that's with every AI, and it didn't even matter if like they were your ally, it would still fucking say that. So I don't know what the deal was, but like it shouldn't be that bad. The games have made really good AI. Shogun, I've heard has really good AI. I've never played Shogun before, but I heard that has the not like the perfect AI, but the greatest AI in a strategy game to date. And if they could learn, if Firaxis could learn a little bit from that, make it. I mean, use the resources you have to do it. So just making the AI is difficult. I completely understand that, but they need to spend, like, that's something in the game that you're going to be doing a lot. So that's something that needs to be more worked on than just other minute things. I mean, instead of adding more units, that's not fucking top priority. Make better AI, because that would just be really nice. And within the AI, I would like more diplomatic options. This has kind of been addressed already. It's theoretically been addressed from watching the Brave New World DLC kind of playthroughs. It hasn't officially come out yet, but like I've seen some playthroughs from people that that went to Firaxis, and they kind of let them play with it, and they did little demos to put on the internet. And from what I saw, it looks like that. Well, there's been more diplomatic options added, but it's kind of not the ones I'm looking for. But we're like World War II. You had like the axis of power, and then you had like the allies and the axis. I would like that. Where like you can kind of ally yourself with other characters in the game, and it really like all the AI is aware of this treaty where it's just like the Triangle Treaty, and the AI to be smart enough to recognize that, and to really respond in realistic manners with that. And with diplomatic options, you could have like contracting, I guess, because I want like where like if you have like commerce invested in, which is one of the things you can invest in Civilization 5. You could have like commerce, and then you could have like free enterprise, and then like companies will set up in like your cities depending on like population and happiness. I mean, that would be a good use of stuff like that. And and then they can build companies, and which gives you gold because of taxes and stuff. And with those taxes, you could build more buildings, more units, shit like that, chemical warfare, biological weapons, shit like that. And but that would just be pretty cool, and then they could go to other countries. Then if you have like an open trade agreement or something, then the company would go over there. They would get a little bit of money from taxes over there, but then you in your country would get even more money then, from trade. And they have trade routes now in Civilization: A Brave New World, which I'm really liking. That looks really good. But I like my company idea, my free enterprise kind of thing, and so that would be pretty cool. I really like that. And I don't know what it is about this, but I've had this fascination forever with the idea of an internal government where like you have to deal with the entire world, but not only that, but you have to deal within your own country, and there's it's almost like another game, trying to rule your country. And within that, I mean like where you have, depending on your government, see, this is where all this fits in, and like depending on your government. So let's say hypothetically you have a democracy, and within that democracy, the game rolled a couple of dice and it developed two parties that want two different things. And you yourself have to choose one of the parties, and depending on what you want out of the game, and then you have to control the country, and you have to worry about elections and like city, where like the cities acted almost like a city state, and like each city in your country had like a, let's say, a governor. So let's pretend the cities are states, because you can't have states. That would just make the map so fucking big, and it would be unimaginable, and that's just too far out of the question. The game should not be that big. So let's say the cities are states recognized by the game, and so like you have to worry about like elections and trying to get your own people in, and then with that, like if you want to go to war, you have to go to Congress then, and this is for democracy. I mean, if you're in a dictatorship, then you have ultimate power. You don't have to worry about the shit, but and then you have to go to like a Congress that's set up, and then with all those delegates in your own country, then you can vote, and then if you have enough of your own party in the Congress, then you can go to war then, or build something, or just kind of just do what you want to do. And it's something that is feasible. They're doing it with a Brave New World, but that's a World Congress where the entire world is the Congress, and then there's like a host, and then they have delegates. Like the city states become more important then, so like that's pretty cool. I like that. But I want an internal government. That would be really nice. And I want internal issues. This is something that I don't think has ever been done. The only thing I've ever seen is when you're doing a government change in Civilization Revolution, and all your cities go into anarchy, and for one turn, and like nothing's produced. I don't think units will do anything, and it's just like a state of anarchy because of government change. I want something like that. But along with that, if your people aren't happy enough, or and then like if you're in a dictatorship as a government, then you have to worry about revolutions then, and uprisings, and you have to put like in all your cities, you, instead of governors for like the democracy, you could have like prefects or something, or like military governors or something, and they're supposed to like quench this kind of stuff. But if your people aren't happy, they go into uprising, and then the city becomes a city state, and it separates from your country, which isn't that hard to program. I mean, you could do this very simply. You have the tool, you have all the things already there. You just have to connect all the dots together, and then you can make this. But where like the city would become then like a city state, and it forms its own militia, and it can attack your country. And I mean this isn't just limited to a dictatorship, but it could also be for a democracy. If your people aren't happy enough, and they're feeling that you're too controlling for the Congress, and all this kind of just internal issues. I mean, more issues can be addressed than just parties, but like, or really, like if your people aren't happy enough that like you're spending too much and the country doesn't have enough money, and there's no surplus, where like the people revolt, and then the city forms a city state, and then it can attack you, and then like, so then if you're in the middle of a war, you're trying to fight that war, and then you got a war within your own country, and it forms a civil war. So that would be really cool. I really like, I want internal issues. I mean, if I had to choose anything out of this entire thing, internal issues and internal government would be my top priority. I mean, this, I just like this. This is perfect. But that's really all I would want out of Civilization 6. It hasn't been announced yet. But I mean, it's going to be announced. I don't know why they wouldn't make a Civilization 6, especially with them being done with all the DLC, which there was only fucking 2 DLC for this, or for Civilization 5, which kind of pissed me off. But they added a lot. I will give them that. They added so much to the game. I'll let it slide. So there you go, for Axis. I'm letting it slide, but I'm not letting it slide again for Civilization 6. So you better give me a lot of fucking DLC for that game. Be pulling a Bethesda on me with your fucking Hearthfire DLC either. So my crab armor. So I thank Firaxis for their excellent work they've done with the Civilization franchise, and looking from its conception, from its conception to the present, it has come so far, and the game has become so perfect. And the game, like Civilization, is the antithesis for what so many other strategy games are doing. I mean, Civilization was the first game to get it right. I mean, I can't even explain it. Like, Civilization is just the perfect strategy game. But I just thank Firaxis and Sid Meier especially so much especially Sid Meier. Sid Meier is like, if he was anything, he would be the grandmaster of strategy games. Like if I had to kill, like, this is how important he is. If I had to kill every other strategy maker, like every other strategy game maker, I would kill everyone but Sid Meier, because he is just the best. And his contributions to the genre are unmatched, unsurpassed, and they will never be surpassed. He is just too damn good, and he's like the Chuck Norris of strategy. Like you just can't touch him. Like, he's just too damn perfect. So I thank you all for watching. This has been another RezCast. Please keep the comments coming. Please subscribe. I need subscribers. The more, it's not for me personally. I don't give a shit if people subscribe or not, as long as you see the video. But for people to watch it, it really comes down to numbers. I mean, you yourself watch this, probably by the title, but, there's people who honestly really care about other people watching it, and if other people are watching it, they want to watch it too. So I need that kind of support. So please subscribe. If you don't want to, that's fine. I don't blame you. So please comment, rate, subscribe, especially rate. A lot of likes. I like those. So far, I have all likes, no dislikes. So that's good. I like that. Eventually, I'll get a dislike, I think, but it's okay. And stay tuned for more from the RezCast. And if you want me to do a video, like me to talk about something, just ask, and I'll probably do it. So thank you for everything. If you have any questions, just message me. You can private message me, or just post in the comments, and I'll try to get back to everybody. So far, I've gotten to everybody. So thank you for everything. This has been the RezCast, and stay tuned for more.